Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We have a 2v2 here on Moscow outskirts. Although it's a Western Front battle, so I guess this isn't the Moscow outskirts at all. Let's go through the players. Represent the allies, we have Dildo Bike as United States Airborne Company straight out the gate. And we have Smokey as Rifle Company straight out the gate. So that's going to be a very good combination of infantry, but not going to be lacking in armor late game, I think. Represent the Germans. We have Fiu as Propaganda Tactics with the Waffen-SS. And Muru as the Wehrmacht. Now a heads up, I've actually tried to record this match 2 times, but it kept crashing. So 3rd time's the charm. I suppose if it doesn't work out here the 3rd time, I am not even gonna upload it or anything. Anyway, we have Smokey going straight out for the building up here by the field point to deny to the Germans. Muru went for Panzer Division. And we have a typical 1-1-1 start here for the Wehrmacht. Pioneers into Volksgrenadiers into Grenadier. But the thing is, Dildo Bike is playing as United States Airborne, which means they can get the airborne troops out the gate, which are very costly but very damn good infantry. Or if they lose them, that is a very big drain on the manpower. On the other hand, Smokey is playing as Rifle Company, which means they can get a lot of the US troops on the field. Like the riflemen arrive a lot faster, and they can get the blue and gray if they want some cheap infantry on the battlefield. So a lot of potential. Meanwhile, we have the airborne moving up here. Need to be cautious though. Looks like the Grenadier and the Pioneers are working together. Volksgrenadiers also press the air for propaganda. A cheap unit you can get if you're playing as SS Propaganda Tactics. Pretty reliable despite being cheap, but they will not do well against actual trained troops. Gullwagen with an MG42, they will definitely provide help against this rifleman squad. They're not going to be able to get away from the airfield. The Americans do hold the fuel up here. There's too much fire coming in these riflemen. It's probably a run a lot sooner.
We just lost a unit.
And while we have the airborne here about to be flying by the Volksgrenadier. Grenade going out from the Volksgrenadier. And the riflemen, well, the airborne have to get out of there. But they can cut down, and that is a very expensive loss for the United States. Losing airborne scores like that is very costly. Because I believe airborne scores like 360 or 330. 360, yeah, that's very costly for your squads. And so they are really good at that job, though. So they will cut down on infantry at range. Which normally Americans are not the best at. Americans normally suck at range compared to the Germans. Oh, Kuhwagen goes down thanks to the vertical there and the blue and gray. Blue and gray are cheap, but they do arrive with M1 Garans, which means they do have the American advantage of semi-auto rifles. I think it's only the Echelon that arrive with Springfields nowadays, so everything is using M1 Garans, apart from the Echelon.
Warning orders, gang.
Or as more of the one who first arrive on the battlefield here, having airdrop behind, or even being deployed by trucks, because airborne troops weren't always paradropped in. MG08 here, a cheaper machine gun available for propaganda. The premier machine gun of the German Empire back in the First World War. I generally have a joke about that. It's the same guy who gunned it, who was the gunner during the First World War. So, because they could be that old because they're Foxsturm. They could also be really young. Oh, and the vertical there is not in a good position. Yeah, it's a trigger cancelled because of the suppression, which it can happen, which is an annoying little bug. But as you can see, the MG08 takes a while to kill something actually. Well, it's because they're not really that good at aiming, evidently. Yeah, but I have to decide what I want to do. But the Americans currently hold both fuel points, which is going to give them an edge when it comes to fuel. MP40 sent out to the Storm Pioneers, proving their combat effectiveness. Doing great, definitely not going to last long, I feel. MG08 setting up. Blue and Gray rushing towards them. And they managed to get a pineapple off, but then they're going to die, I think. Oh, I think the blue and gray got it. Wow, okay. American mortar goes down, though. They have a 30 cal here of the United States Airborne. And the Airborne keep firing up with their long-range firepower here. MG42 sitting up inside this church, though. Getting a lot of shots out. The MG42 starts opening fire. MG42 switching side to the echelon though for some reason. Portugal has tried to get through there. That was actually a grenadier. But the airborne are just too potent here, and I think there's too many shots going in the church. I don't think the MG42 is going to last long at this rate. The airborne are just being too potent. So we can see here. Incendiary armor piercing rounds on the MG42, but I don't think it'll be enough. Grenadiers trying to flank as well with a rifle grenade. MG42 cleared out from the church. So the airborne have the advantage there. And while the propaganda tactics try to do a push up here. Some Folksturm and some of the Doom Pioneers being equipped with a Minesweeper. There is a vertical leave the United States. But the Folksturm are moving into a position where they can flank it. We also have some Folksturm holding up behind this down Panzer. Airborne to secure more of their frontline. 30 cals are being handed out to them now, which vastly increases their firepower. We also have Großdeutsch and Panzer Grenadier Division on the field here. Elite infantry available to Wehrmacht Panzer. Can only have one of them in the field at a time. So it's basically just recon infantry, so they're good at spotting. Great assault here coming out from the Volksturm, which has no cooldown apparently. So they know they're doing a bun flash this time. Oh, they're cancelling it. And doing another great assault, probably aim for the machine gun building. Yep. Killing the machine gun. And destroying the building as well. Pineapple. Another great assault coming off the Volksturm. They're using a lot of grenades. I know the Doom Pioneer is moving up, which will definitely be a problem for the United States, I feel, due to the MP40s. And that building is about to collapse anyway. Taking too many shots. And the haystack is still there, but it's just showing. That's a graphical thing. Yeah, the United States are taking some heavy losses here. Airborne are moving in to try and support the rifle company. Setting up with their 30 cal. And the Airborne are way too accurate with their weaponry, as you can see. These Volksturm don't stand a chance. And neither American player is really an armor-heavy one, however, so late game I think the Germans might end up having the advantage if it keeps going this angle. MG42 from the Großdeutsch managed to suppress the airborne. But we do have some reaction on moving up. Ready to throw a pineapple, I imagine. Yeah, force the Germans to back off. Grenadiers have been equipped with the Vampire scoped Sturmgewehr, which is a unique upgrade to them. Basically, it's an infrared scope on the Sturmgewehr. You only get one Sturmgewehr though compared to two, so that's an important thing to remember. We also have a Pack 40 running for the propaganda tactics, and we also have a 221 on the field and a Command Panzer II. And we have the airborne holding up the center here with their 30 cal. No airborne assault teams, though, only fire teams. I guess still the bike just prefers the long range capabilities of them.
The enemy is overrunning one of our
221 is being very aggressive here. Was suppressed though, so it can actually fire. It's not suppressed anymore, but it's getting close to the 50 caliber base defenses, which can cut through it, as you can see, because it doesn't have Radpanzer.
an infantry unit being wiped out.
You need Radpanzer to avoid being penetrated by like 50 caliber bullets, as the Germans with the 221 and 222. 30 cal now on the rifleman, unique upgrade to them if you're playing as rifle company. The exact same gun that the airborne troops are having. Very powerful light machine gun for the Americans to have access to. Artillery going in here on the forward HQ by the US airborne. Destroying the building entirely, denying the forward HQ.
You've cut our supply line. Frontline units are being hung out to dry.
And now the Panzer II is gonna be very difficult, but there is an AT gun. Doesn't penetrate though. But I think in a long range fight, the 30 cals on the airborne might just be too much for the German infantry to handle. But it looks, well, the Command Panzer II is definitely going to be a problem. That's why the 57 caliber AT gun comes in.
The
one has arrived.
You know, the propaganda tax is still fighting against the United States up here. But the Germans got the upper hand briefly, using their MP40s. Ooh, Volksturm killed there by the pineapple. We also have a third SS veteran squad on the field, elite squad available to SS propaganda. Can only have one in the field at a time, much like the Groß Deutschland for Wehrmacht Panzer. Can be equipped with all kinds of weaponry to excel in all kinds of roles. Really good squad, by the way. Like, very costly to replace though. Repair kit is being upgraded here on the 2-1. Gonna allow it to repair itself. Probably a good idea to get Radpanzer in my opinion.
Specially outfitted Panzer IV command tanks are now available.
Like 50% increased armor on the 2-1 can be a big deal. Scope Sturm Gewehr now here on the Grenadiers. And a Rifle Grenade going out. Didn't hit though. But I think this Vampire Scope Sturm Gewehr do a lot of damage to the airborne, especially in cover-to-cover fighting. Like a vehicle went. Oh, that was just too cool and I finally got destroyed. Veterans in the equipped with Scope Sturm Gewehrs. Border lands to close them though. Sturm Pioneers are trying to move up. Luke's moving up down the road, but it took a big shot from something. And 57 gets it. One crew from the command vehicle survives though. But they might not survive for long. Or they're definitely not getting out of this one. Yeah, there they go.
We have lost a squad.
Like 40 in the flank here, there's a Stuart. Light tank of the United States. Good for infantry support. Pack has been decrewed. But the American Rifle Company, I think, needs some more infantry in the field. They're probably taking a little bit too heavy losses here. More Volksturm are coming out for the Germans. No more US airborne troops to stay stationed around. And the 2-2-1 is almost ready. Just needs to get an actual pioneer to fix the top gunner. Because the self-repair cannot repair criticals for some reason. The second command tank called in here for the Wehrmacht. They're gonna prepare to overrun the airborne, it feels like. Now the Stuart holds down this road up here. Now Blue and Grey are trying their best, but against this veteran 3rd SS, they're not gonna last long. But I think... Oh, good shot from the mortar though. The idea is probably just to distract them while the mortar does the killing. But yeah, they just cut out another squad. MT-42 here for the Wehrmacht Panzer Grenadiers. In a very good position too, covering that flank. And even the airborne can stop again, stand up against an HMD for MT-42. See, the Germans are still just waiting by the looks of it. There's no second tech-up truck for the propaganda tactics. What are they relying on? They're just relying on weapon teams at the moment? So we are seeing some tech-up now for the Wehrmacht Panzer though. They might see Stuks or Panzer IVs at some point. No Panzer IV Fs have been called in though. Yeah, but opening fire with their 30 cals. So Grenadiers are pinned down and have to run. Artillery being called in by the command Panzer Lux. We also have a Regal mine established here by the Germans, very smart. Always good to lay mines if you're playing as the German factions. Mortar barrage going in here. I don't think that'll do too much. It just forces the Germans, the Americans to move a little bit. Some pioneers are going for the... Actually, some pioneers are there to hold the fuel. Because the fuel here has been in German hands. Blue and Grey have a lot easier time being killed, so they're not gonna last long, but... Wait. That's an awkward thing for the squad. Apparently the squad was down here. Oh, they're blocked in. That's bad, I think. Yeah, I think they're stuck. I think they need to blow up that cover there. That's not good for the Germans. We also have a Panzerjäger here being equipped with a Panzerstreck. And we have a small armored push down here with the 222. And the command looks. Both using the same cannon as I understand. The 2 cm autocannon. And Germans are not clear, but they just vaulted instead. I guess that works. So we have some airborne holding up against the old Lukes here. They also have a bazooka on him now. And the 42 opening fire here on the rear echelon. Put the rear echelon on his wound to grab this vertical. Managed to grab it. They probably have to pull back. A2 Sherman is being prepared by the airborne division. And the Sherman will definitely be a problem for the Germans to deal with. Except some of them do a Panzerstreck on the northern flank. On the southern flank, they don't have the pack as far as I can see. The Assad head up Panzerfaust slowly to their Grenadiers though. Sherman should avoid getting too close to the German infantry. Also, I'm threatening this American AT gun. Threatening with his MG42. Probably about to get decrewed here. Yep, but another AT gun instead of him and the airborne. The airborne is on a good flank there. Also, might get mowed down here and killed. Sherman also appearing. Yeah, Großdeutschland is down. And Sherman is going in for the kill against the Lukes. There's a Volksgrenadier nearby, but they don't have any Panzerfausts. Sherman trying to take out the Lukes here. Destroying the engine. We do have a command Stuke arriving though. Misses. Lukes is down. Second shot didn't penetrate. Lots of Grenadiers moving up though. On the northern flank, we don't see a lot of action anymore. We have seen pack howitzers coming out though. Pack howitzers being a very good light artillery choice for the United States. Lukes has been recruited, but gets taken out again. Oh, critical shot there from the flank, but ammo rack on the Sherman. Still commands took us down, so that I don't think that was probably worth it. There's someone in a second Sherman is arriving.
HMG squad ready for action. Crew ready.
Sherman is now here for the northern flank. But the pack is attack grounding for the Stewart here. Which can be a hit and miss thing. Sometimes you shoot through this rain blocker, sometimes you don't. They got it.
Light vehicle just got destroyed.
Germans have still managed to take this point down here somehow. So the Germans are still trying to do their best. Here's the other Sherman. Not so many infantry support though, but the Germans don't want to engage it in the open. We just tried to push up there, but the AT gun stopped it. Oh, this one. Oh, yeah, very wide arc on the American AT gun. Warner here present now for the propaganda tactics. Loaded with incendiary shells. Probably to try and deal with the pack howitzer. Radius pushing up here, but the airborne do have a vertical, but the airborne aren't in cover. Throwing a pineapple. That might change it. Germans lose their will and run back. But you have some Volksgrenadiers coming up though with MP40s. Packhouse is opening fire on the propaganda tactics front. So far, so good. Oberblitz set up here for as a reinforced station for the Wehrmacht. Propaganda tactics doing a little bit of a push across the open field here. Well, so we had to open there. Some copper positions around. Very calibers are ripping through into the Germans though, but we had the veterans on the flank here. Propaganda artillery going in to try and demoralize the Americans. And give them a good old scare when they think an actual shell might land, but it doesn't. Americans might not hold that position for long, but they're still doing a lot of damage to the Germans. Germans are pulling back for now. Artillery being called in here by the Hauptmann.
Our soldiers are trained to advance rapidly.
Artillery landing around the American vertical. Doesn't kill it though. American lieutenant arriving. 3-man squad when it's the USA airborne. Vertical down here. Artillery going in there. From the Hauptmann. That's a much higher caliber. Killing that. Almost killing that vertical. Lieutenant trying to hold this place on his own, apparently. The pack houses keep fine. They want to kill that mortar. Lieutenant's now fighting alongside some actual airborne here. Giving them a pretty big buff. 15% increased accuracy is a pretty big deal. They're getting very close here to all the Germans, and they're sitting on MG42. One American squad down, but artillery is going in. Sheriff's been immobilized. Lieutenant is still standing around. You could probably go and grab a 30 caliber if you want. That's a 30 caliber down there. Might be good on him. Several packs have arrived though for the Panzer Tactics. Opel Panzer Division. Sherman down. Tiger is arriving on the field. A call in available to SS Propaganda Tactics if you can have all 3 of your trucks. Very costly though, as I understand, and you can only have one of it at a field at a time. It has a pretty long cooldown. I don't think Americans have a lot that can deal with a Tiger Ace. Not at the moment, anyhow. And none of the American commanders have a lot of armor choices. Got trying to hit the Sherman there from the pack. Armed by some Folksturm. Putting high explosive. Tiger Ace has revealed itself. The big push coming in from the Storm Pioneers alongside some Folksturm. We also have the veterans nearby. No penetration so far on the Tiger Ace, but it is loading an incendiary shrapnel shell. Overshot.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Ooh, that's going to be a very hard one for the Allies to deal with. It's about to go down. Oh, one penetration. Didn't do a lot of damage though, but dazed the crew. While this is happening, there's also a small German pushing the other flank, but that's a vertical to stop that. The other one trying to flank here with a bazooka. Oh, another shot penetrated from the other flank with an AT gun. The Tiger Ace is moving back for some repairs. The 3-inch gun here from the United States will definitely help pierce it. .76 Sherman being prepared by the US Rifle Company as well. We're back to the repair teams around here, I think. Oh, they also have the repair teams from this building. I forgot about that. So we're going in on the airborne positions. Doing the vertical. As the Hauptmann moves up here with his vehicle crew armed with Lucas. Yeah, not often we see the command teams outside their vehicles. Lots of MP40s here. No Panzer Grenadiers yet from Modo, but he's gotten a Panzer 4H. Pretty good penultimate version, or actually the ultimate version of the Panzer 4 Orions, as I understand.
Armor here.
They were trying to rush up here, but they might get under fire. Yep. Flightline moving up into the MP40s. Also, we had this little shed here that's been turned into an HQ by the airborne. Nice pursuit on the 57, but it misses. And the other flank, the Tiger is still being a problem. More folks then pushing up. Grabbing the pack again. Another 3 inches arrived. Oh, looks like we have an immobilization here, or exhaust is damage on the Panzer 4H, reducing its speed. But that's allowed to get back still. Well, the airborne are just opening fire here with a 30 caliber again. Putting down the Fox Grenadier. Looks like the Hauptmann has been equipped with an MT-42 they found on the ground.
Infantry can now rush into the enemy line.
Tiger is pushing up, took a penetrating shot. Shrapnel incendiary shot going out. Undershots, and it keeps getting dazed and hit here. Probably very risky to use it. Oh, it's been immobilized! And that's not good for the Germans. I think the Allies' nose is still there. If the Allies can kill it... Oh, Blank Corps going out to off to block it. Nice. Oh yeah, the Germans need to work a lot there to fix it. Blitz is also coming up to try and fix the engine quick. Airborne's trying to dig in on that part of the flank again. Pack down. Oh, Tiger is engine gun fixed and it got moving. I don't think it was A moving. I think it was just using the increased zoom, the targeting optics he has on it. Which does lead to, I think, a 25% increased accuracy. That's pretty good on an AT gun. Especially against smaller targets like enemy AT guns. This means there's a chance it hits the AT gun and destroys it. We also have a scavenging operation going on here. Just so the Germans can recover a little bit of loss. Yeah, 15 munitions, that's something. Like, in the end, if you just keep scavenging, it will stack up. And for GA coming out for the propaganda tactics to supplement the Tiger. This one does not have a high explosive shell, like the H does. It has a heat instead. And the heat is not really that good against infantry, but I still see people use it, mostly because they have nothing else. Smoke round, nice. There's a lot of AT guns here. One of them is a 3-inch. And the 3-inch is definitely the big priority. Oh, high explosive on the packouts, almost killing it. Almost destroyed it, actually. Ooh, this H is not doing well here. Yeah, ammo rack.
Our panzer forces have been reduced by 1.
Germans are arriving en masse for the rifle company and soon for the airborne as well. We'll have double Sherman 76s. Transport J is moving up here on the flank, where there's not a lot of American AT presence. And the Tiger Ace is preparing to move up here as well. 1 3-inch is relocating. Germans are somewhat lacking in munitions despite having both munitions points. Well, these FIOS, probably because they're using it all. H2 ship moving up here. Tiger Ace does have to be cautious. Well, the Germans are retreating on the southern flank again, briefly.
Just got a report of an infantry unit
And A2 Sherman is about to reveal itself. No penetration. Tiger Ace got a very good shot there, though. One flasher going out there on the rear echelon, killing him.
We lost
Oh,
an
wait, what?
infantry unit.
Oh, that's an explosive shell.
Out.
Ooh, not good for the Panzer IV.
Promotion.
Don't underestimate the Sherman. It's still pretty decent against Panzer IVs.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
3-inch. Oh, armor racks the Tiger Ace!
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
Very nice there from the 3-inch. The 3-inch is a pretty good AZ gun. And that's why I usually always scream at infantry first.
A pack gun is ready for orders. Ready for further orders.
Pack's doing his best against the Shermans there, but it's not getting any luck. Oh, good shot there from a Panzerfaust. And almost disabling another Sherman. And then the Panzerschreck takes out one Sherman in the road. And with the southern flank, looks like the Panzer Grenadiers are, well, Panzer Tactics are preparing to move again. Still no Panzer Grenadiers. Oh! That was a pack howitzer, wasn't it? Yes, that was this one. Ooh. That hurts. Sherman 76 has arrived though. Germans have dug in a pack 40 though. Which could help.
Our infantry can now rush into the enemy line.
Tiger tank being prepared by the Panzer Tactics. Because the Panzer division can just basically recruit Tigers. Scavenging operation on the Tiger Ace should give them a fair bit of resources to work with. 50 fuel, and that's pretty good. Well, his propaganda doesn't have that many tank choices without the Tiger Ace or the Panzer 40A, so... You have some more fighting going on here. Pack's opening fire on the airborne armored position. One squad goes down there. Looks like there's a Panzerjäger. Panzer trying to hit something there, but the Sherman's out in the open fields. Panzerjägers are rushing forwards, aiming the Panzerschreck. They got a very good shot there. Now they're being targeted down. Panzer IV is preparing to move up. But a very good shot, the other Sherman. You know, the veterans are also trying to hold here, but they're being suppressed. Panzer IV needs to focus. You know, here, Sherman pushing for the center here. Flammenwerfer trying to push on the airborne positions, but that might be a very risky maneuver. But the Sherman trying to flank here. Jay needs to focus. No penetration. Oh, got penetrated though. Handstrike on these Storm Pioneers though. Being very brave here. Got a shot off, but that's not enough. And we do have a Tiger arriving here. Going forwards for the Wehrmacht. Will that be enough to hold the line and break through though? Because the Allies seem to be pressuring the northern flank pretty hard now. This pack 40 is still getting some good shots in. Despite it being manned by Volksgrenadier. And one very, very deaf guy. Explosive loader on the Tiger tank. Killing one airborne squad, that's a pretty big loss there. But the airborne has prepared a ton of Shermans. Tiger takes out one Sherman 76, one shot. The Tiger, if used correctly, can just take out Sherman so fast. And just moves the other allied medium tanks. Rangers setting up though, and the French can counter the Tiger pretty handily. Yeah, so the Tiger needs to back off. They don't want to risk being penetrated. Oh yeah, one penetration there. Didn't do that much, but kills the gunner on top. Those Shermans are massed up there. There's even a repair station enabled by the United States.
Armor ready. We got a new wording order.
Rifle Company still needs some more infantry presence though, I feel. Ooh, Veterans fire Storm Pioneers, very impressive. ND42 trying to keep the airborne at bay. Tag has been deputed though. And Tiger Tank is pushing forwards. Could be a little bit of a risky maneuver. Oh no, high explosive ready. Oh, and 57s are penetrating. Range about to open fire. Doesn't penetrate. Artillery going in at the German positions. Blitz is immobilized. And well, that Panzer IV J is definitely gonna be working overtime here. Especially if the Allies decide to push it.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Tiger Tank is still keeping the Allies at bay. White phosphorus shells going in and out.
Exhaust damaged! Moving slowly! Scheiße! They got our engine!
That's definitely gonna be a problem for the Germans with white phosphorus shells standing around. I mean, the second Tiger is arriving. Suppose we'll have to see if that's what the Germans needed.
Armor here.
Incendiary shield from the mortars on the pack howitzer. But good, the German mortars and counter barrages have been doing their work for a little bit by the looks of it. Especially this one. Taking out a pack house on the airborne front. But the Allies still have this stuff to push if they just decide to dedicate it to it. On the northern flank, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do with the Tiger is present. You can start picking off these Allied tanks one by one if it gets a little bit closer. Tiger pushing into the southern road. Pushing up here, going for one of the Shermans. Takes it out. .57 is in the way though, but that 57 is not going to do much. Yeah, gets destroyed by a high explosive. Blitz down.
The enemy has dealt us a blow.
Oh, meanwhile the north flank looks like the Tigers has been immobilized, but the Shermans have suffered some losses. And the Wehrmacht Tiger is doing a little bit more work down here. Trying to run around to see what the last Sherman the airborne has. A replacement Sherman is being called in. And the Grenadiers are falling back again. I think the Allies are going to start having a problem if they cannot get rid of these heavy panzers. Heavy panzers is just way too potent. Yeah, and a second Tiger is also being prepared here by Muro, so we're going to see lots of heavy panzers on the field here. Folks Grenadiers with the MP40s trying to deal with this airborne captain. This is a 3-man squad, by the way. Ooh, Tiger and is still pushing back the Allied positions. And the Allies really need to figure out what to do because the Germans are taking in on the northern flank now.
Orders complete.
Tiger Ace is moving up, trying to be able to get a pot shot in. That's probably not what you want to shoot on. Sherman trying to flank the Tiger here. Double Shermans are trying to work together, but it might be too late. They might be able to save this Sherman though if they act fast. Oh, too late, it's standing still. Ah, but the church is in the way. So I think if they can just pull that Sherman back, they will be saved. The Suga didn't penetrate. They need to focus.
Big push coming.
Oh, that's bad. That might still be the dead Sherman. The Allies didn't move it fast enough. Oh, it managed to get away. I'm supposed to aim for the 57. Overshot. Oh, heat shell there from the pack howitzer. Yeah, but the Tiger Ace is pushing up here and killing more Shermans. Only one Sherman left for the north flank. Mthis is trying to repair the Panzer 48. And now we'll go for the echelon on the veterans. The veterans are quite spread out. Only killing one of them. Another Panzer 48 being prepared. Now double Tiger for the Panzer Division, which is pretty damn hard for the Americans to deal with, I think. Especially the airborne. Not looking good. Ooh, medics got hit there by a mortar shell. And here's the other Panzer 48. Oostdeutschland is moving ahead from the Tiger here. Good, that's kind of what their job is. They're meant to work alongside your tanks. They're really damn good at it, by the way. The airborne trying to hold the road. Being forced back. Infantry 2 on both Tigers, which is definitely going to help against infantry. And they are mostly fighting infantry when they're fighting against an airborne player. Rifle company still not doing too bad, too hot. A Tiger Ace really is a problem. Tiger's pushing up down there, high explosive loaded, hitting the 57. And Oostdeutschland and Tigers opening fire on the airborne, basically forcing them to the ground. Sherman took a shot there. Oh, one Tiger almost taken out though. But now there is two Tigers. The Allies is definitely still feeling it. Lots of AT guns though. Ooh, engine burning on the Tiger. But Germans hold both munitions point and both fuel points now. So the Allies are definitely not in a good position. Airborne replenish fast, you can see, but they do it at a more costly thing. They're 33% more to reinforce, basically. Most good, yes, they do go down though, and artillery landing in. Ooh, yeah, the Allies are not in a good position right now. That's what you're trying to push up alongside the veterans. There's a free inch though. Taking out the Panzer 48. But the Panzer Division is pushing forwards. They really need some more Panzer Grenadiers. They only belong to Großdeutschland. They could easily get some Panzer Grenadiers at the moment, I feel. Some 15 Panzer Grenadiers would be very good for their assaulting capabilities. Another Sherman down. Should really get southwards, probably to try and deal with the Tigers, but this might be too late. It's a veteran severe Tiger at the moment. The second Tiger's almost ready to help as well. Oh, Sherman 76 penetrated. Forced the Tiger back. And now we're seeing the 15 Panzer Grenadiers being called in. Nice. I do like to see Panzer Grenadiers. We also have a Panzerwerfer here for the propaganda tactics, which will make life a lot more difficult for the Americans again. Already opening fire. Probably aiming around here. Might be aiming here. No, definitely here. Not many targets remain though, so it didn't really do that much damage. Mthis has provided a lot of good support fire. Sherman and some riflemen down here. What are the allies preparing to do? More 80 guns are being killed. Well, destroyed. Airborne is almost down to no units. And the Großdeutschland is just mowing down the Americans as they move towards them. Tiger's taking some shots. Smoke going in. Oh, they're trying to get close to the Tiger. Which is technically what you want to do, but the problem is the Germans are... Oh, they might actually get one. Yeah, one Tiger down because of this maneuver. But the problem is there's a second Tiger.
We have lost a Panzer.
Panzer just have to pull back because the Allied infantry is pushing in through the smoke. One pack down, second pack down. But there's still the veterans of Free Tiger here.
Suffering losses.
No penetration. Oh, shoots through the smoke.
We are losing a sector. We have lost.
And the veteran Tiger is just proving to be a really big issue here. Both flanks been fortified by the United States. Well, the Tiger Ace is relocating. Germans keep up their advance here. Allies have lost practically everything on this flank. The Airborne have lost practically all their troops. They might lose them all. Yeah. Airborne has lost every single unit. And Germans are cutting down all these Americans that are stuck behind enemy lines now. Germans can even go and burn out that shed after they're done scavenging. So the Tiger's going on the hunt. One more squad down. And now there's one last squad remaining behind enemy lines. Oh, right. Yeah, that's basically it. Should they might also die. Trying to shoot the shed was not probably the best way of utilizing the 88. Tiger Ace is moving. Yeah, everyone's getting some Sherman 76s, but I don't think that's gonna help. And the Germans just have way too good of a unit setup at the moment, it looks like. Lots of AT guns though still present for the Allies. At least on the northern flank. The southern flank is quite open. If the Germans would capitalize on it.
Rifle squad ready for action.
You even have some riflemen called in now by the United States Airborne.
Sherman ready.
Tiger Ace pushed back again. Due to the sheer amount of 57s. Like 40 is also present here, opening fire on I don't know what. But, oh, they tried to get out, take out the French, I think. And indeed, they take out the crew in one shot there with a high explosive shell. Tiger on the southern flank here, forward HQ shed has been taken out. French relocating southwards to try and deal with the Tiger tanks. High explosive loaded. Thing out the re-echelon. No penetration. And Tiger Ace needs to get moving around again. Panzer is running around now. Can be equipped with Storm Gears and all kinds of other good equipment. Like even an MG34, which should not be underestimated on them, I think. Tiger is pushing up here with some supports. Panzer opening fire again. Probably aiming around here. Ooh, got some good shots in. Destroying all the allied AT equipment. And that the Panzers are moving. But there's still a Sherman and the 3-inch that can turn up here. There's also 3-inch here, but that might be cleared out by the veterans shortly. Oh, got penetration though. So the 3-inch is going in for it. Putting a heat shield for the AT gun. I was aiming for the 3 echelon. But heat shields are not good against infantry. Tiger's remaining to keep the allied tanks at bay. Second Tiger again being prepared, so just lots of heavy tanks today for the Germans. Gay switching target. One out against the Sherman there. Thanks to the days from the pack. Tiger is another Panzer 4J is moving. Allied position is almost practically overrun at this point.
Just got a report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
Well, 300's got a good shot there on the Tiger, forcing it back. Sherman also getting some shots in.
A capture point is under
And high explosive again kills the crew on that 3-inch.
infantry unit. They got wiped
I
out.
don't think the Allies can make a comeback from this unless they get very, very lucky.
Anti-tank gun, ready for action.
Because the Tiger tanks is just giving the Germans so much, well, headway. German on the southern flank gets taken out by the veteran Tiger.
Just lost a medium tank.
Then it's continue with the other Sherman. Doesn't hit because it's manual targeting, probably because he actually cannot hit there normally. So being called by the US captain. Looks like it's going to be a howitzer barrage here. The Germans move around in time and scatter. MG42 is down. They still have an MG42 on the Großdeutschland. Milde Waffen-SS is pushed through the northern flank. Almost working to encircle the United States and laying a Regal mine in the ground. Good to see. Yeah, there's still a lot of fighting here. A lot of Sherman down there again. The Tiger tanks are just proven to be very ruthless, as one would expect of them. Panzer 4H command tank on the southern flank here driving around. Getting some support from the nearby pioneers. MT-34 on the ground found by the riflemen apparently. They're being cut down in the open roads. Also prepared a huge AT gun battery, but they probably need it at this point. Looks like one of the Americans calls the GG. Now the Germans just need to push in and end this. Putting through that rifleman squads. And Tiger's prepared to go in for the kill now. I suppose we're loaded for the AT gun. I need to take out that 50 caliber position too, because that'll kill the infantry. Range down the road here. cautious. Yeah, yeah. 76 German got a good penetration there. Wage command tank is getting pretty close there to the 76. No penetration from either party. Oh wait, one penetration there. Germans are trying to overrun all the fronts. Tigers took some shots though. Also get back. The veterans need to push up though and just destroy the units on the flank here. More Panzer IV-H is being prepared by the Panzer Division. And Panzer IV opens fire again, probably aiming for the 80 guns. Hit around here at least. But Germans have the equipment to push in, they just need to do it. The Allies don't have anything that could stop this at this point. So the Tigers now moving. Now set the Panzer IV-H command tank. Yeah, Dildo Bike is not even trying to build any more units by the looks of it. German down. More artillery going in. And I think this is the opening the Germans need to push in with their armor on the Mthis' flank. Artillery going in here. And the Tigers going in for the American base.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
Tigers now going to be on the move. Ostwind and Panzer IV moving up as well. The veteran Tigers also arriving. And he's getting into the Allied base. But there's still a 50 caliber that I can hit them as they get in. Now the Allies are quickly digging trenches the best they can. But the Allies have lost practically everything. They're only in their base region at this point. More 3-inch guns are arriving though, but I don't think it's going to do much at this point. The Germans just need to push in. That is a lot of 80 guns still on that flank. And the Tigers have been doing the best there. Incendiary shots going in. But the MG42's got through the crew.
We lost an anti-tank gun.
Pioneers push in, but there's still a 50 caliber that can shoot at them. Bringing Gebalterladung into the base. Which almost destroys one of the buildings actually. I think the Allies could just surrender at this point, as no reason to fight when you get to this point in the battle. But that was a lot of Tigers. Ooh, looks like we have an explosive on the Tiger. Didn't do anything. You have some airborne everywhere, they airdrop in behind the back while this happened. Just a bit cheeky, I guess. Yeah, you really should just surrender when you get to this point.
We lost an infantry unit.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that was quite the battle. A lot of heavy armor here, at least for the German side. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.